Hello dear students. Today we are going to learn one of the practical subjects, that is business communication using computers. The subject code is 22009. So let's start with syllabus. First we will try to understand what is communication. Communication is very essential part to express our feelings, thoughts, emotions and ideas to other persons. When you will be an engineer, it is essential for you to report your higher authority in a proper manner and effective way. And even it is essential for you to give instructions, suggestions, and guidelines to your subordinates. To become a successful engineer, you should have to learn effective communication. Now let's try to understand competency. Even it is essential to acquire different parts of effective communication. Now let's try to understand the course outcomes of communication. There are 5 course outcomes. The first outcome is that communication effectively by avoiding barriers in various formal and informal situations. When you are working as an engineer, it is essential for you to communicate in formal way as well as informal way. Second point is that communication skillfully using non-verbal methods of communication. Sometimes even it is essential for you to adapt non-verbal methods, that is facial expressions, gestures, postures, to make your communication more effective. The third point is that give presentation by using audio visual aids. When you are working as an authority and you are giving presentation to your higher authority, it is essential for you to accept, to adopt audio visual methods to make your communication more effectively and more impressively. The fourth point is that write reports using correct guidelines. As I told you, when you are working as an authority, it is essential for you to give progress report to your higher authority or management. And that time you have to learn that how should write a perfect progress report. And these guidelines are given in this chapter. The fifth point is that compose email and formal business letters. Every time it is not essential for you to give oral explanation or report to your higher authority. As we are adopting new methods, so even you should learn how to operate computer and give emails to your higher authority, and even it is required to write business letters. Now let's try to understand examination schemes. As I told you, it is a practical subject, so there is no theory lectures or tutorials. It has only 2 hours practicals for each batch in every week. So we are going to meet at language lab to perform these practicals. Near about 12 practicals are given there to perform. So before we see the list of practicals, first let's try to understand syllabus. The first chapter is that introduction to business communication. It has 5 points. The first point is that introduction to communication. We have to understand that what is communication. Second point is that types of communication: verbal, non-verbal, formal and informal. As we know that formal communication, it means that official communication, and informal communication is that when we are talking with our family members, we have to adopt informal method. Verbal and written, oral and written. Oral means when we are talking face to face communication, it is called oral communication, and when we are writing something, it is called written communication. The third point is that principle of effective communication. When we are learning, when we are understanding communication method, it is essential to make our communication more effective, and for that near about 16 principles are given there. When we learn it, when we try to understand it, these principles, surely our communication will become more effective. The fourth point is that barriers to communication. though we are acquiring these principles of communication, apart from that, we find that there are some difficulties, there are some barriers while communicating. So we try to understand that what kind of barriers there are, and we try to minimize them so that our communication will be a more effective. The fifth point is that business communication, that is meaning, characteristics and importance. When we are communicating as an officer, we try to understand what are the meanings, what are the main characteristics of that principles or communication, and the third point is that how important it is. The second chapter is that non-verbal communication. There are 3 points in this chapter. The first point is that introduction to non-verbal communication. As I told you earlier, that when we are communicating, apart from that oral communication, some non-verbal methods are also adopted. For example, gestures, postures, eye contacts, facial expressions, body languages, etc. The second point is that body languages. When we are communicating, we are using body language, that is gestures, postures, eye contacts, facial expressions, to make our communication more effective. And the third point is that body language, it has two parts, positive and negative. How we are going to present ourselves, how we are confident, it shows our positivity. And if we don't have sufficient knowledge about that particular subject, it shows our negativity. So always try to adopt positivity with body language when we are presenting ourselves. The third chapter is that presentation skills. Whenever we are going to communicate, we have to give some kind of presentation. When we are representing our institute, our organization, our company, it is required, or it is required to adopt proper presentation skills. So 3 points are given there in this chapter. The first point is that presentation skills, tips for effective presentation, how we have to make our presentation more effectively. Second point is that guidelines for developing PowerPoint presentation. When we are presenting ourselves, it is required that you have to make PowerPoint presentation, that is, it's called PPT, to make your presentation more effectively. And the third point is that presenting technical papers, even it is required. When you are as an engineer, we should know how to write technical papers properly. The fourth chapter is that official drafting. When we are writing official letters, formal letters, we should know what are the proper and perfect formats for these letters. There are 5 points also given about this office drafting. The first point is that office drafting, formats and guidelines. What are the proper formats of these letters and what are the guidelines? It deals about that. The second point is that formulating notices and memorandum. Notices, whenever we have to give some kind of instructions to our subordinates, we have to write notices. And when there are some mistakes occur by subordinates, it is essential as an authority, you have to give written memo to these subordinates so that there will be some improvement. The third point is that preparation of agenda, writing minutes of the meeting. Whenever we are conducting any kind of meetings, we should have an agenda in front of us. Agenda means that what points we are going to discuss in that meeting. And writing minutes of the meeting. When we are conducting meeting, when we are arranging meeting, it is essential for you to write down the minutes of the meeting so that we should able to report the minutes of the meeting to our higher authority. The fourth point is that preparation of reports. As I told you, when you are working as an engineer, it is essential for you to give report to your higher authority that what kind of progress has been done in that particular field. And for that, it is essential for us to adopt proper format of report writing. And the fifth point is that summarizing techniques. Whenever we have done some kind of work, we have to give its presentation, we have to summarize it It means that we have to report in a very brief manner or short manner to our higher authority. And the fifth and the last chapter is that business correspondence. It has also five points. The first point is that business correspondence, that what kind of business letters we have to write. For example, inquiry letter, quotation letter, order letter, complaint letter, etc. The second point is that inquiry, order, and complaint letters. Whenever we are going to purchase something in the market, first thing is that we have to make an inquiry about that. When we are satisfied with that production, we have to place order for that. When we have ordered it and when we received that material, and when we find that there are some faulty materials or defective materials, in that case we have to write complaint letter to that particular organization to informing that some material has received in a faulty manner or defective. Third point is that emails. Even it is essential for us how to write proper email so that we will be able to convey our proper message to that particular person. The fourth point is that difference between curriculum vitae, biodata, and resume. When we will be an engineer, what kind of job application we have to write down, and along with that job application whether we have to submit curriculum vitae, biodata, or resume. Though it find similarly curriculum vitae, biodata, and resume, but there are some minor differences, and we try to understand these differences so that proper title can be given to that our resume or biodata or curriculum vitae. And the last point is that our syllabus is that job applications with resume writing. As I told you, when we will be an engineer, it is essential for us to write job applications. Then we should learn how to write perfect job application and how we have to present ourselves through that resume. So this is the fifth chapter. In this way we have to learn, we have to study these 5 chapters. Now let's talk about the practicals. How many practicals we are going to perform? Near about 16 practicals are given there, and out of that 12 practicals are essential to perform. So let's try to understand these practical outcomes. It are also called PROs. The first one is that explain the importance of business communication for an organization using case study. Now what we have to do in that this first practical, we have to understand that what is the business communication. We have to use a case study, and case study means that we have to see some examples. That suppose A and B, these are 2 organizations. So what kind of communication is going on between these 2 organizations? Second one is that application letter with resume. We have to draft, we have to write a proper format of job application, and along with that a resume. Third practical is that body language. It is related to body languages. Mention the examples of body language used at workplace with suitable pictures and images. When we are a part of an organization, how we have to use body languages, that is, as I told you, gestures, postures, facial expressions, eye contacts, and dress and appearance. Means what kind of uniform we have to wear, how we have to behave, how we have to talk with our higher authority, how we have to talk with our subordinates. These things we have to learn, and we have to stick some suitable pictures or images along with that practicals. Fourth practical is that prepare a minutes of meetings and mail to given email address. As I told you, we have to learn how to write minutes of the meeting and how to write email. So we have to prepare, we have to note down these minutes of meetings, and we have to send email. Fifth assignment is that write the importance of guidelines of presentation skills. As we know that when we are presenting our organization, we should know what are the importance and what are the proper guidelines for that presentation skills. Sixth practical is that draft a detailed progress report. As I told you, when we have done some kind of work, it is essential for us to report it to our higher authority. And for that, we have to write progress report. Now let's try to understand seventh practical. It is related to PowerPoint presentation. It means that PowerPoint presentation means PPT. It means that we have to learn how to make a proper PowerPoint presentation to present ourselves. Eighth practical is that explain 8 principles of effective communication. As I told you, there are 16 principles, and out of that 16, we had to write any 8 principles of effective communication. Nine practical is that explain the importance of personal appearance, stating tips of grooming of a professional. When you are a part of a professional life, it is essential to know how we have to present ourselves. It means that what should be our proper appearance in that organization. We should learn about that. 10th practical is that draft a memo on given topics. Suppose when you are working as an authority and your subordinates are making mistakes, they are repeating the mistakes. In that case, you have to write a memo, that is memorandum, to that subordinate, so that there will be a improvement in his behavior or in his working style. For that, we should learn how to draft a memo. 11th practical is that present any 2 barriers of communication using case study. As I told you, there are 5 barriers: mechanical, physical, cultural, semantic. These are the barriers. So we have to discuss about any 2 barriers. And the last practical is that present a technical paper using IEEE format. Now we have to understand what is this IEEE. That is Institute of Electrical Engineering and Electronics. So it has given a proper format. We will try to understand the proper format of IEEE, and we are trying to write a paper in that particular format. And paper format should be related to technical topic, as we are the students of Technical Institute. So in this way, students, we have seen the syllabus of business communication skills using computers, and also we have seen its list of practicals. So this is for the first lecture. We will stop here, and in next lecture we will try to understand the first practical and its details. So we will stop here. Thank you.